Halo teman-teman, Ask Me Anything Session kembali hadir menyapa kamu semua nih. Kali ini dengan Yose Satria yang akan memandu jalannya cicet dari A sampai Z seputar kripto bersama pembicara yang istimewa. Oh ya, gimana nih kabarnya semua? Semoga kalian semua sehat walafiat ya. Semoga di tahun 2023 ini, tahun kelinci air, kita semakin melesat cuan dan aset kita ya. Amin. Oke, FYI ini sekedar informasi, di Ask Me Anything, jadi akan ada narasumber yang menjawab pertanyaan yang tentunya akan membuat member Indodax mengetahui lebih banyak info menarik seputar kripto. Oke teman-teman, seperti biasa, di akhir AMA Session akan ada kuis berhadiah 300.000 koin OBSR untuk 10 orang pemenang. Jadi masing-masing pemenang akan mendapatkan 30.000 koin. Wih, kapan lagi coba? Belajar terus dapat hadiah cuan, ya kan? Bagi teman-teman yang mau ikutan cukup mudah. Caranya teman-teman tinggal kirim jawaban di kolom komentar live ini, formatnya jawaban dan diikuti dengan username Indodax kalian. Jadi gunakan indera pendengaran dan juga jempol kalian untuk langsung jawab di kolom komentar ketika kuis dimulai. Oke, nah pas banget nih. Dalam Ask Me Anything Session kali ini, kita akan bincang-bincang dengan Jonathan Kim, selaku Head of Business Development dari pihak Observer, atau dengan kodenya OBSR, yang berasal dari Korea Selatan. Tanpa lama-lama lagi, langsung aja kita sapa narasumber kita hari ini. Hello, Jonathan Kim. How are you, Jonathan? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hey, Jose, how are you?
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Okay, thank you for making the time to talk with us today. So, are you excited and ready to share about OBSR today, Jonathan?
Oh, sure. My name is Jonathan Kim from Korea, and everybody just call me Johnny or John or Joe, whatever is convenient, because my name is a little bit longer, Jonathan. So yeah, and I'm working as a head of global business development in Observer. And before that, I used to work in the financial sector, financial IT. So I have a background in finance. After joining Observer, I'm deeply involved in the marketing and global business. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah.
Awesome. Okay, Jonathan. Before we start our discussion with the audience, I would like to explain that after Jonathan answer my question, I will translate to Bahasa Indonesia first before we going to next question. Okay, so let's start the discussion, Jonathan. Okay, Jonathan. First thing of all, what is OBSR?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. So Observer is a blockchain project that collects big data of weather big data based on the crowdsourcing and creates value from the collected data. Anyone can participate in the project through Observer Weather Photo app or weather station right here. And participants are rewarded with Observer, the Observer token, by sharing weather data with team. Observer also provides the weather information services by verifying and processing the collected weather data. In other words, Observer creates dense weather observation network by participating of the public. Based on the collected data, we support high value-added information and services that could not be supported in the traditional system. We aim to increase the accuracy of the weather forecast and provide micro-scale weather forecast.
Oke, Jonathan. Jadi gini teman-teman, bahwasanya dari Jonathan ini, OBSR atau Observer ini adalah proyek blockchain yang mengumpulkan big data berupa pengamatan perakiraan cuaca berdasarkan crowdsourcing ya. Jadi kayak data yang dihimpun dari partisipasi masyarakat dan menciptakan nilai dari data yang dikumpulkan. Jadi siapapun dapat berpartisipasi dalam proyek Observer melalui aplikasi pengunggahan foto cuaca Observer dan juga stasiun cuaca milik Observer. Jadi pesertanya nanti diberi hadiah nih dari OBSR, yakni ada token pengamat atau Observer dengan membagikan data cuaca di sekitar mereka kepada tim Observer. Nah, Observer juga nantinya berdasarkan yang tadi Jonathan sampaikan, menyediakan informasi dan juga layanan cuaca dengan memverifikasi dan juga memproses data cuaca yang dikumpulkan oleh para netizen seperti itu sendiri. Okay, so Jonathan, it's so interesting. You have mentioned about the Observer project and what it does, yeah? I personally found it really fascinating. So, can you tell us how did the project started?
Sure, sure. Yeah, in development and meteorological industry, there is a limit in subdividing the unit area subject to the measurement of forecast. Although the macro level, weather data collection and forecast are very common. But however, the sub-regional data, which is smaller area, and smaller area data collection and forecasting is still with the big restrictions. To solve this problem, the attempt was made to collect the high density weather data using crowdsourcing. However, it was not very successful because the proper compensation of participants was not made. In some cases, meteorological data is collected through voluntary participants. However, it is still difficult to ensure the credibility of the data. The Observer project was started to solve the problem by installing the dense observation network in remote areas where weather observation is out of government's observation network. We will collect weather data and create added value based on the accumulated weather big data. At the same time, contribute to minimize the damage by natural disasters.
Interesting. Oke, Jonathan, let me translate to bahasa Indonesia first. Jadi yang tadi disampaikan oleh Jonathan ini memang dalam apa ya, perkembangan industri meteorologi, meskipun memang pengumpulan dan perakiraan data cuaca tingkat makro ya seperti BMKG itu sudah umum, hanya saja pengumpulan dan perakiraan data secara subregional lebih mikro masih memiliki kendala dan juga tantangan seperti yang tadi disampaikan Jonathan. Nah, untuk mengatasi apa ya, semacam masalah atau tantangan tersebut, pihak observer ini berupaya nih mengumpulkan data cuaca dengan kepadatan tinggi menggunakan metode crowdsourcing. Jadi data ini diambil dari berbagai peserta, dari berbagai masyarakat netizen secara sukarela seperti itu. Nah, proyek observer ini dimulai untuk apa ya, mengumpulkan data cuaca yang sekaligus bisa berkontribusi untuk meminimalkan kerusakan alam, kerusakan akibat bencana alam seperti itu. Okay, that's so fantastic, Jonathan. So, what achievement observer so far, Jonathan?
Yeah, that's a very good question. We have launched in the second half of 2008. So it's 4 or 5 years now. And the project has been running for 6 years now. And Observer project was initially targeting Southeast Asian region. We have been preparing for the project through various R&D, including the development of weather station. However, the entry to the Southeast Asia was delayed due to the COVID, unfortunately. As a result, the project was first carried out in Korea as a testbed for the entry to Southeast Asia. Observer weather station has been installed to collect weather data on national level in Korea, and additional installation will be continued to be made to build denser observation network. In November of last year, the weather photo app was launched, and so far, about 10,000 photos have been collected daily without any marketing activities. Observer has been registered as an official meteorological service provider in Korea, and in 2020 won the biggest award in Korean meteorological industry award hosted by KMA, which is Korea Meteorological Agency. And Observer's weather stations has obtained various certification from Korean government, and by continuing R&D on the collected data, it had published 3 papers, which is unusual for blockchain project. We are expanding business opportunities by partnership with various weather providers in Korea, and we are providing weather and forecast information based on data we collect. In addition, the data collected by Observer is delivered to the National Institute of Meteorological Science, which is the top meteorological research institute in Korea.
Oke, jadi tadi yang saya tanyakan tuh mengenai pencapaian dari observer sejauh ini kepada si Jonathan. Jadi observer ini diluncurkan di paruh kedua di tahun 2018 tadi ya, dan proyek tersebut telah berjalan selama 6 tahun. Nah, jadi yang seperti disampaikan Jonathan tadi, proyek observer ini awalnya memang menargetkan kawasan Asia Tenggara tadinya. Nah, observer telah juga mempersiapkan proyek tersebut melalui berbagai research and development, riset dan juga pengembangan, termasuk pengembangan stasiun cuaca milik sendiri. Nah, Tapi masuknya ke Asia Tenggara itu tertunda. Karena apa? Karena adanya pandemi COVID waktu itu. Nah, hasilnya proyek observer ini pertama kali dilakukan di Korea dulu sebagai percobaan sebelum akhirnya masuk ke kawasan Southeast Asia atau Asia Tenggara seperti itu. Okay, so Jonathan, you said and you mentioned that observer project was initially targeting the Southeast Asia region. So I'm so curious, how can people participate in observer project?
Yeah, that's a good question. You can you can participate through the weather photo app, which I'm going to be mentioning, which I will show you later, and the observer weather station, which you can see over here. There are two ways you can participate by the app. There is a snap that takes a picture of the weather around you and reports it, and labeling that verifies the weather picture reported by others. And snap and label participation will be scored, and each participant will receive a daily allocated amount of observer token based on their score. For further information, you can download the web and try it for yourself, which would be the easiest. And another way to participate is the observer weather station, which you can see over here. Participants receive an observer weather station and install and operate it in their homes or workplaces. And the observer weather station would work by itself when it's connected to the power. Collects the information such as temperature, pressure, humidity, and precipitation, which is rain, and automatically transmits the information to observer network. Upon completion of the installation of hardware, you will receive a pre-announced reward token. Observer weather station version 2, which you can see here, is going to be released soon. And from Observer 2, weather station will be distributed in a different new way, which we are going to let you know later in the details.
Oke, jadi tadi Yose sempat menanyakan kepada Jonathan kan, ini kalau kita publik ingin berpartisipasi dalam proyek observer itu bagaimana? Nah, tadi si Jonathan tuh menyampaikan, jadi kalau kita ini dapat berpartisipasi melalui aplikasi foto cuaca ya yang disebutkan tadi sebelumnya dan juga melalui stasiun cuaca observer. Jadi sebenarnya pertama ada 2 cara nih untuk berpartisipasi dalam melakukan aplikasi pelaporan. Yang pertama ada tombol foto yang mengambil gambar cuaca di sekitar kita nih. Lalu kita melaporkannya serta kita beri label atau penamaan yang untuk memverifikasi gambar cuaca yang dilaporkan oleh orang lain. Kemudian partisipasi foto dan juga pelabelan tadi akan dinilai nih dari tim observer. Dan setiap peserta akan nantinya menerima jumlah OBSR yang dialokasikan setiap harinya berdasarkan skor mereka. Untuk informasi lebih lanjut, mungkin teman-teman Indodax bisa mengunduh web atau bisa menyaksikan langsung melalui tautan web di https obsr.org. Nanti teman-teman bisa langsung deh coba sendiri. Pokoknya yang paling mudah tuh langsung aja coba sendiri, praktek bayi langsung di lapangan. Oke. Kemudian, Jonathan, next question. For the future, what is the plan for observer project itself?
Sure. Yeah, well, we would perform proactive marketing this year. So far, we have been focusing on building observer network, collecting data, and the researching and utilizing the accumulated data. As the observer project is a new attempt that has not been made in traditional meteorological industry, it has been focused on the activities to increase the credibility of the public. From this year, we plan to grow the project in a different way through various marketing activities. Also, as planned, we enter Southeast Asian market. Listing on Indodax is a part of it, and we will pioneer overseas markets, starting from Indonesia. We want to quickly secure more participants and observation data through overseas expansion and proactive marketing. Afterwards, we plan to establish a virtuous circle of tokens by applying business models that it can be quickly introduced. Ultimately, we aim to trade observers' unique data freely with the OBSR observer token. Next, the Observer Premium, the paid subscription net service for Observer, will be released in this year. And the Observer Data Store will be also open to sell observer weather data. In addition, we will continue our efforts to provide healthy observer ecosystem. Since the end of last year, Observer has deposited the token of weather reward pool to the custody company. In addition, by disclosing the fair reward system to the public, we are becoming the project that everyone can trust and participate in, and this system will be applied within this year. Thank you very much for your interest in Observer project and growing in Asia. In addition, we will do our best effort for Indonesians' access to the more accurate weather information.
Awesome, Jonathan. So, jadi tadi Yose menanyakan sebenarnya rencana dari Observer ini di Indonesia seperti apa. Jadi, Observer ini akan melakukan pemasaran proaktif hingga tahun ini ya. Sejauh ini sih Observer seperti yang disampaikan Jonathan tadi memang berfokus pada pembangunan jaringan observasi sampai dengan mengumpulkan data. Nah, karena proyek dari Observer ini adalah upaya baru sebenarnya yang belum pernah dilakukan dalam industri meteorologi konvensional hingga detik ini. Proyek ini pun juga tadinya seperti yang dikatakan Jonathan ya, berfokus pada kegiatan untuk meningkatkan kredibilitas publik. Salah satunya rencana Observer memasuki pasar di Asia Tenggara, tak terkecuali tadi di Indonesia. Nah, at the end, pada akhirnya, Observer ini bertujuan untuk memperdagangkan data, maksud kami data unik, pengamat secara bebas dengan OBSR. Nah, secara lebih spesifik, ada nih Observer Premium, layanan langganan berbayar untuk Observer yang akan dirilis tahun ini, dan penyimpanan data Observer akan dibuka untuk menjual data cuaca Observer. Okay, Jonathan. We also hope that Observer will expand their project in Indonesia. All of this hard work certainly requires excellent team members, right? So, can you introduce the team to us, Jonathan?
Sure. Yeah. Actually, we cover a very wide range of business area. So we have hardware development team, which develops the weather station over here. And they are also developing the weather data R&D and observation data monitoring and collective management and the weather product and service development and weather and fine dust prediction and forecast and new business model development and etc. That is covered by the hardware development team. And many of the Observer team members have a master or PhD degrees in atmospheric science, and together with the people having expertise in business. We also have an in-house weather forecaster, as well as we have famous professors in meteorology as our technical advisors. And developers who have been participating in multiple projects joined our project to develop Observer app and prediction system and observation data verification and correction system, which I'm going to be showing in the next question. And in addition, we continue to build our partnership with external companies, which I am working on the business development part. And for example, for data R&D, we cooperate with the universities and research institutes, and business models are being developed jointly with weather service providers. For efficiency, we outsource mass production of our observer weather station hardware after development phase. From this year, we are actively recruiting more talents for overseas expansion.
Oh wow, it's so wonderful, Jonathan. It's so interesting. Jadi tadi Yose menanyakan kepada Jonathan ya, sebenarnya gimana sih tim di balik layar dari Observer ini? Ternyata banyak banget loh anggota tim pengamat dari Observer ini memiliki gelar master dan juga PhD dalam ilmu atmosfer dan juga bersama dengan orang-orang yang memiliki kapabilitas, keahlian di bidang bisnisnya masing-masing. Jadi udah pasti terjamin lah ya, dan juga Observer ini memiliki tim peramal cuaca internal dan juga memiliki tadi yang dikatakan Jonathan adalah profesor terkemuka di bidang meteorologi sebagai penasehat teknis. Okay. So next question, Jonathan, can you show us the app and the weather station? Maybe you can show the demo or something. It's okay, Jonathan?
Sure. I will share my screen to show the app. Just 1 second. this is our Observer app. You can see the weather photo snapped by the people, and you can see the user ID and his location by the digits over here, and the current weather tagged by the other people. Sorry, but unfortunately, this app is still in progress in Indonesian language, and we are in the process of applying, so will be available in Indonesian language soon. So it will be all translated perfectly with Indonesian languages. And so for snapping the weather, you can just press the snap button over here. Then you will be able to see, oh, sorry, you cannot see the weather because it's on mobile here. So this is what we can do. And you can also tag the weather by pressing the button over here by, okay, sorry. But we are not going to be tagging over here. But this is the pencil type button is the snap button, and you can check the reward in the second tab over here. How many observer points you got and how many observer token you got, and you can deposit and you can get the transfer to your wallet. So those kind of activities you can do. So it's quite simple. You can just contribute and you can be rewarded. And this is the config menu setting, which is your user ID and how to get the alert. So yeah, this is quite a fairly simple app. So yeah, anyone can easily access to the weather data and contribute their own weather data. Yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. And the hardware next to me is the Observer Weather Station version 2, which is gonna be launched soon.
Okay, wow, so interesting. I cannot wait more. Jonathan, we have to wait in Indonesia, okay? So, okay. Thank you, Jonathan Kim, for your explain. So, Jonathan, please do not go anywhere because I will start the quiz for the audience first, okay? Oke, saatnya kuis teman-teman Indodax, dan sekarang pasti saat-saat yang paling ditunggu-tunggu karena ada hadiah 300.000 koin OBSR untuk 10 orang pemenang, masing-masing 30.000 koin OBSR per pemenang. Jadi yang beruntung dan berhasil menjawab pertanyaan dari Yose. Ada total kira-kira ada 10 pertanyaan nih bagi teman-teman untuk mendapatkan ada 10 pertanyaan, namun pemenangnya tetap juga ada 10 orang. Jadi satu soal hanya ada satu pemenang. Gimana nggak bikin happy itu? Adil kan? Udah adil, gede lagi akhirnya. Caranya gampang banget. Buat teman-teman yang mau ikutan, kalian tinggal jawab aja dan juga sebutin username Indodax kalian ya, bukan username yang lain. Contohnya seperti yang di layar kaca Anda ya, misalnya jawabannya A, B, T, C, terus kemudian diikuti dengan username Indodax kalian. Oke, teman-teman tanpa berlama-lama lagi, siapin langsung jarinya untuk langsung kita menyimak pertanyaan dari Yose dengan Mr. Jonathan. Oke. Pertanyaan pertama, the first question. What type of data does observer collect? Jadi jenis data apa nih yang dikumpulkan oleh observer? Ya, ada 3 pilihan. Pilihan pertama ada data keuangan, pilihan kedua data cuaca, pilihan ketiga data suara. Gampang banget. Oke. Siap? Udah ya? Oke, kita lanjut ke pertanyaan kedua selanjutnya. What is the name of hardware observer team develop? Jadi apa sih nama tim pengamat perangkat keras yang dikembangkan? Gampang banget nih, ada 3 pilihan juga. Yang pertama, stasiun cuaca. Yang kedua atau B, stasiun internet. Yang ketiga, stasiun data. Oke, gampang banget. Pokoknya udah dari awal aja udah jawabannya sama biasanya. Oke, siap. Kita lanjut ke pertanyaan ketiga. Udah mulai ramai ya tadi ya. Oke, what is the token code for observer? Apa nih kode token untuk observer? Wah, gampang banget. Yang pertama, pilihan pertama A, ada OBSR. B, OSR. Atau yang C, OBSR. Gampang nih. Oke, kita lanjut ke pertanyaan selanjutnya, keempat. When did the project start? Kapan nih proyek dari observer ini dimulai? Bilangnya tadi ada 2020 di pilihan A, di pilihan B ada 2018, atau di pilihan C 2005? Waduh, gampang banget. Hadiah 30.000 koin OBSR loh. Apa lagi coba? Oke, pertanyaan kelima. What is the name of paid service for observer? Apa nih? Nama layanan berbayar untuk observer. Pilihan pertama A, observer premium. Pilihan kedua, layanan langganan observer. Dan pilihan C, observer platinum. Gampang nih. Kalau berbayar itu biasanya apa sih? Kayak Spotify berbayar? Spotify apa? Ya, sama-sama kayak gitulah. Oke, pertanyaan selanjutnya. Siap ya? Oke. Keenam. Which of the following methods people cannot participate in observer project? Jadi, manakah dari berikut yang tidak dapat diikuti orang dalam proyek observer? Ada 3 pilihan nih. Yang pertama, aplikasi seluler atau mobile. Yang kedua, stasiun cuaca. Pilihan C, SMS. Oke, kita lanjut ke pertanyaan selanjutnya, nomor 7. Which of the following methods people cannot contribute data to observer app? Manakah dari metode berikut yang tidak dapat digunakan orang untuk menyumbangkan data ke aplikasi observer? Pertama, ada yang pilihan A, snap atau foto. Kedua, B, rekaman audio. Ketiga, C, pelabelan atau labeling. Oke, next question, nomor 8. Which of the following is not the target of observer project? Manakah dari berikut ini yang bukan merupakan target proyek observer? Yang pertama, A, memberikan perakiraan cuaca skala makro. Kedua, meningkatkan akurasi perakiraan cuaca. Ketiga, memberikan perakiraan cuaca skala mikro. Tanya selanjutnya nomor 9. Which the country was chosen for the first launch before Indonesia? Negara mana yang dipilih untuk peluncuran pertama sebelum di Indonesia? Gampang. A, Rusia. B, Jerman. C, Korea. Terakhir, how much does it cost to download Observer app from App Store? Jadi berapa nih biaya untuk mengunduh aplikasi Observer dari App Store? A, 0 IDR alias gratis. B, 100 IDR. C, 10.000 IDR atau 10.000 rupiah. Silahkan dijawab. Oke, selamat bagi para pemenang kuis Ask Me Anything edisi kali ini ya. Nanti pemenangnya akan dihubungi langsung oleh tim Indodax. Oke, sebelum Yose tutup, Yose mau tanya nih ke Mr. Jonathan Kim, ada pesan nggak tambahan untuk teman-teman yang lain? So, Mr. Jonathan, before we close this session, would you like to give a closing statement that we have talked a lot today?
Sure. Yeah, thank you very much for having us today, and it was great time that I could share the Observer project, and wish you have more interest in our project, and we would do more activities in Indonesia, such as introducing our hardware and software more actively, and working more closely with the Indonesian contributors. So yeah, looking forward to have more work with the Indonesian team. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much that you have shared to us. Kamsahamnida, you taught from A to Z. We hope that OBSR more successful in the future. Okay, see you soon. See you on top, Jonathan. Kamsahamnida.
Thank you very much. Selamat tinggal.
Selamat tinggal hatur nuhun. Oke, dan juga teman-teman Indodax semua, tanpa terasa kita sudah sampai di penghujung acara. Yosi dan juga segenap kru yang bertugas ucapkan terima kasih bagi semua orang yang sudah menyaksikan acara ini. Sampai jumpa di lain kesempatan. See you and ciao.